This news clip has more context than we needed.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk could be linked to a second murder-for-hire plot, this time in Chicago. These are images of the gunman who shot and killed Stephon Mack in 2022. Prosecutors say Mack was outside the Youth Peace Center of Roseland when he was gunned down. The FBI linked the two men charged with Mack's murder to Durk using texts and confidential informants. The feds believe this murder was revenge for the death of Lil Durk's brother. To be clear, Lil Durk has not been charged in Mack's murder.
Turns out these lyrics,
time to show. Killer asked for a bonus for what he did. I knew it was time to go.
That's what they're trying to tie into today. We're going to go ahead and read, like we normally do around here, and get y'all all caught the hell up. Y'all ready for this? Prosecutors revealed in the murder-for-hire case of Stephon Mack, Mike, Ceddy, AJ knowingly told an undercover agent that Lil Durk placed a $70,000 bounty on Mack, but wanted to get it raised up to $90,000. AJ met up with Durk during a podcast held on February 17th, 2022. It goes on to say, evidence in the case concerning the motive for Mack's murder. This is especially true here considering the nature of the charged murder-for-hire conspiracy, which did not involve an explicit and individualized agreement between individual A and the shooters, but relating to a general bounty put out to willing assassins. The three excerpts that the government now seeks to admit against Powell are reflected below. Excerpt 1. In this excerpt, Montgomery Wilson explained to the CS that the bounty for killing Youngin, which was Mack's name, was $70,000, and that Montgomery Wilson tried to get the amount increased to $90,000. Montgomery Willis. Next thing you know, that's a dub. Reminds me, we was having a conversation, shorty. Kid told me, like, shit, he has 70 ball right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna try to get him to go to a 90. We trying to get 90 out of him for this shit. CS. For mother effer, Montgomery Wilson. For Youngin, the Mack murder. Excerpt 2. In this excerpt, Montgomery Wilson explained to the CS that although individual A contributed $50,000 to the bounty for killing Mack, Montgomery Wilson only collected a portion of those funds. Montgomery Wilson. Look, Jam, this what Jam told Diddy. He told Bondo, like, Buggy say, man, individual A gave up $50,000, shorty. He only paid me a dub. So it's $30,000 missing. Remind you, I'm locked up, CHS. So, altogether, you got 35? Montgomery Wilson. 35 and then another 5 from JD. And them, which they supposed to gave me 100. Shorty, they really owe me 100. Yeah, that's how you know he lying, right? Right there, as you can tell, he lying right there because you just said you went from, they had 70 on them, then you try to get 90, but it was really 100. Yeah, that shit don't fly. Anyways, these three limited excerpts exclusively concern Montgomery Wilson's admissions to the CS that he killed Mack to collect the payment that had been offered by individual A and his associates for the murder. The statements were clearly against Montgomery Wilson's interests and are independently corroborated by other evidence. These three limited excerpts are highly probative of the for-hire component of Mack's murder, and their admission would not be unfairly prejudicial to Powell. Gave up $50,000, shorty. And in the third excerpt, Montgomery Wilson explained to CS that he collected a portion of the payment for killing Mack, but believed that he was owed additional money. That evidence provides necessary context for the communications between Powell and Montgomery Wilson that occurred 2 weeks after Mack's murder. In those communications, Powell and Montgomery Wilson had the following exchange. Powell: what's up with OTF? Montgomery Wilson: nothing. Powell: what you mean they not paying? Montgomery Wilson: we waiting, he comes up here on the 17th. Powell: all right. Exhibit 7 to R139 on February 17, 2020. Individual A was in Chicago conducting a podcast interview, which Montgomery Wilson attended that day. Powell texts Montgomery Wilson, stand on that. Why you with individual A and them? That following day, Powell texts Montgomery Wilson that individual A gave you that money. So basically, he said he's being ignored, and now he's asking them if they even gave him money. But yeah, okay. Birdman hands, bang! Before we move on, here's something you can do and get paid for. This is called free cash. Free cash is number 2 on the Apple Store and pays you to play games. You can make $500 plus a month by playing games for free. Use my QR code or the link in the description to get $5 when you download and sign up for free. Download and get paid on your phone and start playing. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a minute, we've covered this. But the Chirac Daily, I believe that's what that came from. They basically said, oh, this is from Buddy's paperwork, you know. And, all right. But y'all have to remember, we all must remember, Durk is never charged in that. Now, there are rumors. There are a lot of people out there saying, man, Durk beat this murder for hire case. He going to get put on a hold from Illinois. Yeah, I understand that, right? And you could be right. If you're one of those individuals, if you really believe that, you could 100% be right. Or you could be wrong. Because there's nothing stopping them from charging them now. Meaning there's nothing stopping the state of Illinois for putting charges on them. Now, why is this coming out now? Because it seems as though, as of a couple of days, shout out Mel, I meant to say follow her on Twitter, not just Instagram, but follow her too as well. And I'm not a lawyer, but it's her YouTube channel. So definitely y'all hit that subscribe button over there. Dope content, dope content. Got a lot of love for that woman. But here's the thing. It's all a hearsay, right? And here's the reason why I believe, and I think we all could agree, there has been no charges on Lil Durk as far as those charges go. That case goes, that whole entire conspiracy is, because there was no specificity. Now, the rumor is, hey, when Durk did the $1 million worth of game, Lil Buddy came through there and basically tried to get money from Lil Durk because Lil Durk had allegedly put $70,000 on his head, on the head of Stephon Mack, who was the accused murderer of his brother. Now, I'm not the brightest bulb, right? But I find it strange and odd that it's 70. Normally, in hood terms, people go 25,000, 50,000, or 100,000. I've never heard of anybody specifically saying, hey, let me borrow $70. No, it's been 25, 50, 100. Sometimes even 80. I don't know why we get 80. But because you don't have a real thing that it was, meaning you don't have knowledge of where exactly this took place. All you have is, oh, we met up with Durk and we did the $1 million worth of game, and then we did the whole entire video shoot, and then I came up to Lil Durk and was like, yeah, I'm the one who killed Stephon Mack, who killed your brother. Allegedly, Stephon Mack didn't even do it. But here's the biggest problem, and I think we all can agree. Lil Durk allegedly had $1 million there. That's all the money he had. So if Lil Durk went in and deposited $1 million, that destroys that whole entire thing. Now, if Lil Durk put in $930,000 or $930,000, then there you go. There's your missing 70. But I got an odd thing too. They said he wanted 90. Why not 100? All these odd ass numbers. I think Buddy was in the cell just fat mouthing. Me personally. Yeah, I think Kels is in there fat mouthing. Me personally. I believe that's what happened. I believe that's what went on. I don't believe Lil Durk sat up here and gave him 70. Why the hell? First off, the biggest thing is this. In what capacity? I'm assuming what? Lil Durk called you to the car and was like, yeah, I know you the one who did that to my brother. Here's $70,000 for you. But nah, I don't foresee that. So I'm not believing that one. So what are we doing here? How did we get here? The whole entire 70 bands for a head, number-wise, doesn't even make sense. To me personally, it just doesn't make sense. But maybe it does to y'all, because one can say maybe it was a 70. Maybe it technically was 50 and Durk just gave him 70 just because. Very possible. Very, very possible. He could have just been like, here's 50 and then gave him some more, and then Buddy asked for more. I'm assuming that would have to take place, but hell if I know, bro. But I know the feds were trying to get this in, and I know that Drew and the team were trying to keep this out because, once again, Lil Durk is not charged in that. So I'm trying to understand, if he's not charged in that, why y'all bringing it up? Just like they're trying to bring up the shooting in Georgia, trying to say, Lil Durk had basically had people shooting and all this stuff and everything. But then there's still no payments on that, but y'all hit the wrong person. And Durk in the song said, you got to give me the one I paid for. So I'm trying to understand how this all works itself out. Maybe y'all got it all figured out, man. Hell if I know, man. But I'm not believing that shit for 2 seconds. It's just something about that story. It just sounds good, but it ain't good enough for me. Now, for the other ones, shit, we will see. But right now, as it stands, nah, I ain't believing that crap. But hey, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. And if you do, can I ask a simple question? Where's the charges? Where are the charges? Just being honest. But y'all let me know what y'all feeling on this one, man. But click right here to see how some lyrics just got tossed out, man. And if y'all like what we're doing over, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts. And also, we're giving away these 2 things once we hit 300K. But like I tell y'all, get to the end of these videos, we got something working in the cut for y'all. Other than that, I'll catch up with y'all in the next one.